What's going on, ghosties? We are Tales of Spooky Coffee House. Welcome back to our podcast. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. We are your hosts. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today we have some fun topics to talk to you about. At least I'm excited for my topic. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be our version of funny, but like also like not funny at all at the same. But like good came out of what we're going to find funny, but also it's still dark.
Gotcha. Dark humor.
Dark humor, thank you. Chelsea, how are you?
Ugh. My day has been rough.
Rough. What's going on? Tell the ghosties and I all about it.
So yesterday I called off sick, right? Because I was like super sick.
Because you're a sick motherfucker. Mm-hmm.
Sure. So then today I get to work, right? And it's Friday. It's supposed to be a good day. It wasn't.
It wasn't a good Friday. What's going on?
It wasn't. So like obviously I can't say like too much because I don't want, like my company to whatever, but so I get to work and I'm just like over it. Like the whole atmosphere today was just like off. And so we it's like an hour, 2 hours into the shift, and then somebody walked by me and they were like, haha, so this person got fired and walked out of the plant. And I was like, I couldn't tell if they were joking or not. So somebody got fired today over literally the stupidest thing, and everybody was pissed, right?
Uh-huh. They were mad at what that person did to get fired?
No, they were mad at the fact that they got fired because the reason was so stupid. Like, it was something that should have gotten a write-up, if anything.
It wasn't worth him getting fired over.
Yeah, because it was a good a good worker, and we're like, are you serious? You seriously fired a good worker for that? Like, fire the people that don't do their job.
But do you think secretly that good worker had like other shit building up for management to be like, you know what? No, let's let this person go.
I don't know. But so then after that, we're at break and we look behind us and there's fire and rescue that pulled up with their lights on. Turns out one of the people at my work, we didn't know if they were having a heart attack or what, because their blood pressure was really high and their chest was hurting really bad. Luckily, at the end of the day, after everything else happened, we found out that the person was okay. But like in the moment, we didn't know what was going on, so it was just like another thing added to the craziness. Mm-hmm. And then they were short people, and so we had people that were like going crazy, running 2 presses and crating parts, and like it was like a big mess. And then I guess somebody walked by and like threw a fit about the fact that I guess a couple parts hit the floor because there was nobody at the press. But it's like they're running 2. Like, you can't expect people to be at both presses at once.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then they kept moving people around because, one person went missing for a little bit too in the middle of all this.
So what?
Yeah, like like nobody knew where they were at. Turns out they left.
Oh.
And yeah, I guess it was like they told somebody but didn't tell the people they were supposed to tell. So it was like this big thing. But because that person was missing and then the other person got fired, then there was like, we were short even more people. So then nobody knew like where to go after breaks. And so like people were like delayed and it was just like a big mess. And then there was like an auditor there today.
Oh.
And
that's all bad.
Yeah,
it's like
it was
the
just
worst things that could happen.
Exactly. And then I guess like the auditor was getting mad because there was like a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't like, and I was listening to a little bit because I happened to be there, and I was like, I don't understand like everything that he's getting mad about. But he's like, and then I heard him, he's like, everything over here doesn't make sense. He's like, it's stupid. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk away.
Wow.
I was like, I'm not done doing my job, but I'll do it when he's not right there.
Dude, that's wild.
Oh my god, today was just so horrible, and I was so glad it's over.
Yeah, usually when our district manager shows up to the pharmacy, he slows us down sometimes. Like, sir, if you're listening or if you ever come across this, you're great, you're funny, you're dope, I'm comfortable talking to you, you're a great boss. But dude, like we get so nervous and like we're
Uh-huh.
trying to work or whatever, but like it's just hard because sometimes he's talking to us, he's asking us questions, and like there's a line forming, and he'll recognize that. Sometimes he'll be like, all right, you want to go help the person? I'm like, yeah, I've been wanting to go help him for 10 minutes, dude. Like, stop asking me about stuff.
Yeah. And see, and that's what I don't like when like big bosses come out and like start interrupting the flow of things. Cause like that was another thing that happened was we had somebody from the office, like like a really big higher up that came into the floor and was like, how come this press has two people? It shouldn't have two people. And we were like, yeah, because the parts change. There's no way one person can run this machine. And then he was like, he looked at like all the samples and everything, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess, and then walked away. And it was like, really? Like, do you not think that we know how to do our jobs? Not just us, but our
Yeah,
team leads and stuff? Like,
yeah. Nothing could be more frustrating than having someone question your work ethics and like
yeah,
ability.
yeah,
Wow. Well, I'm sorry you've had a rough couple days.
yeah.
Hopefully next week is better.
I'm hoping because I've got some stuff that's happening next week I'm super excited about.
Ooh. Um, do you want to make us feel better by getting us started with the true crime topic of the week?
I don't know if it's going to make you feel better, but I will absolutely start with the
Hey man,
topic.
I just, I needed a transition and I went for it.
So this week we are talking about the Beast of Ukraine. He's also known by the Terminator, Citizen O, and his real name is Anatoly. I'm not even going to try and say his middle name. His last name is hard enough, which is Onoprienko. Anatoly
Love it.
Onoprienko. Something like that. He's known as the Beast of
Yeah.
Ukraine. So he was the younger of two sons. His brother Valentin was 13 years older than him, and his
Mhm.
father was a decorated war hero for serving in the Eastern Front during the World War II. So he comes from a very military decorated family. His mother died when he was young, so he was cared for mostly by his grandparents and aunt before being handed over to an orphanage. So he resented the fact that his father gave him away while he kept his brother. And in one interview after he was apprehended later on, he admitted that he believed that he was predetermined for his destiny to be a killer because he said that 70% of those brought up in orphanages ended up in prisons as adults. So he really believed that he was destined for what he ended up doing.
Wow. That's sad to have that mentality.
Yeah, unfortunately. Um, so before we kind of go into the murders that he committed, because we are talking about a serial killer, I don't know if I mentioned that.
Mm.
When he was finally arrested, he was found to be in possession of a total of 122 different types of weapons. He had a sawed-off shotgun, multiple other weapons which matched those in several of the killings we're going to talk about, and a number of basically like keepsakes that he took from victims. Now, he did confess to 8 of the murders that he is accused of, and he denied any other charge. But in the end, he ended up confessing to a total of 52 victims over a 6-year period.
Wow.
Yes. I should also mention that he claims to have killed these people in response to commands that he was given by the voices in his head.
You know, the voices in your head are kind of tricky because you need to know which ones to listen to and which ones not to listen to. You know?
Right, exactly. I choose to listen to the ones that are not going to ruin my life completely.
Period.
I do tend to listen to the ones that tell me to ignore the red flags. Just kidding.
But you
So,
know what? No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. You are not kidding. But you know what? We learn from our mistakes.
yeah, but I make those mistakes a couple times before I
No, I'm
learn.
like this guy. I'm trying to
So,
help you.
there's no helping me. I'm screwed. So, Anatoly's basically way of killing is he would choose an isolated house. gain the attention of the occupants by creating some type of commotion, distraction, whatever you want to call it. He would kill all of the household members, starting with the adult male, because obviously that's the biggest threat. And then he would find the spouse and then the children. He would then set the buildings on fire and attempt to cover up any evidence that could lead to him. And then he would also kill any potential witnesses that crossed his path during these murderous rampages.
That's crazy. You could
Yeah.
be minding your own business and
Mm-hmm.
then, wow, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. So these are, in chronological order, the murders that he confessed to committing. So murders 1 through 10 occurred in 1989. It was a family of 10, so 2 adults and 8 children. They were killed during an attempted robbery. He confessed that he had an accomplice during this murder spree, Sergei Rogozin. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. But he committed these murders with weapons that they carried for self-defense. He also stated that he cut off all contact with his accomplice after this occurred. So, like, right off the bat, just, like, starting in strong. 8 children, 2 adults. It's just, yeah. Also, I guess I should give a trigger warning. I mean, I feel like that was kind of... I feel like that was kind of given the fact that we talked about him killing 52 people over a 6-year period. So, if that didn't trigger you, ghosties, it does get worse.
So, trigger warning now.
Yeah, so trigger warning now. So, in that same year, in 1989, he killed 5 more people, including an 11-year-old boy, who were shot dead while sleeping in a car before burning their bodies.
Wow.
In an attempt to play off these 5 murders, he stated that they were unintentional because he had only planned to rob the car. He did not plan on killing anybody, but because they just happened to be there. Wrong place, wrong time.
I was about to say that. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kind of giving a break in between, after this, it's a few years later. On December 24th, 1995, Christmas Eve, unfortunately, a family of 4 were killed with the sawed-off double-barreled shotgun during a robbery in their home, which he then later set on fire. Murders 20 through 24 occurred on January 2nd of 1996, so basically like a week and a half later. Another family of 4 were shot and killed. These murders were quickly followed by that of a male pedestrian who the Beast of Ukraine killed in order to eliminate the potential witness. So, wrong place, wrong time. Mm-hmm. Murders 25 through 28 occurred on January 6th of 1996, 4 days later, where he killed 4 people in 3 separate incidents on a highway by stopping cars before killing the drivers. So then about a week later, a little over a week, on January 17th of 1996, a family of 5 were shot and killed in their home, which was then set on fire. And right after that, he killed 2 more people, a 27-year-old railroad worker and a 56-year-old pedestrian who was just walking by because they were potential witnesses.
Fuck, dude, no one's safe.
Yeah, nobody is safe. On January 30th, 1996, a woman, her 2 sons, and a 32-year-old male visitor were all shot and killed. His final little murder spree happened on February 19th, about 2 weeks later, of 1996, and a family of 4 were killed in their home. And according to Anatoly, he shot and killed the father and then the son, mauled the mother to death with a hammer.
What the? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and demanded money from the daughter before mauling her to death as well when she refused. Oh, I lied. That wasn't the last of them. My bad. My notes got mixed up. I thought that. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not 52. So on February 27th of 1996.
It keeps going.
Yeah. Which is a week later. Another family was killed in their home. And according to the Beast of Ukraine, he shot the parents, then hacked the daughters, which were 7 and 8 years old, with an axe.
Oh, stop.
Yes. And then an hour later, he shot and killed a neighbor who was wandering around the property before hacking his corpse with an axe as well.
This is why I don't like people.
Yes, I know. So this is the last of the murders, which officially, on March 22nd, 1996, there was a family of 4, the Novosads. And ghosties, I'm not saying most of these names because they are Ukrainian, Russian names, and I do not speak either, so it's like really hard to pronounce them.
At this point, no, hold on. Let me address the ghosties really quick. Ghosties, at this point, 3 seasons in, we've learned Chelsea is not good with names, especially because they are from other regions of the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, clarify that. Okay. I am not good with other names from other countries.
But I think we should start taking shots every time Chelsea and or I say the name wrong.
You know what's funny?
What? Your face.
So there was this... That's not very nice. Your bully is showing. There was this thing that I saw. It was for the Super Bowl. And Taylor, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about Taylor Swift.
This guy.
Yeah, so there was this like game going around where everyone's like, every time they show Taylor Swift on the Super Bowl, you should take a shot.
My friend did that.
I think she was playing too, because
really?
There was like a couple of times. There was like a couple times when I saw her and she would like start taking shots and drinking, and I was like, this bitch is playing too. I was like, but I would be too, honestly.
Ugh.
Because I feel like even she was annoyed with how many times they showed her, so she's like, I'm gonna play the game with all my fans.
She's living her best life. She don't care. She's already stated that she don't care. Brad's, Chad's, and all the dads. she don't care. She's living her best life. I'm here for it. I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm here for someone living their best life and
right.
You know.
So, anyways, back on topic. So on March 22nd, 1996, the Novosad family of 4 would be Anatoly's last victims. He confessed to shooting all of the family members before setting their house on fire to eliminate traces of evidence that could lead back to him. So kind of during, I'm not sure what happened between the years of 1989 and 1996, because like that's kind of like a big gap. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I guess 1995, because he killed on Christmas Eve of that year. But there's a weird gap in there that is usually strange for a serial killer. But in March of 1996, the same month as his last victims, the SUB, which is the Security Service of Ukraine, and the Public Prosecutor's Office detained a different suspect, which was 26-year-old Yuri Mozola, as a suspect of like several brutal murders. And over the course of the next few days, the people from these 2 offices tortured him. I'm sure ghosties know that this is a common occurrence in these countries. I don't think the Ukraine so much anymore, but definitely Russia. But he refused to confess to the crimes because he didn't do them. And he did die during the torture sessions.
What are your thoughts on that?
What?
A bad person getting tortured.
I mean, if they actually did it, then, I mean, I'm not gonna...
I'm not gonna
say what I'm really thinking. Yeah, I'm not gonna lose sleep.
You'll be able to sleep at night. Yeah.
So 7 people that were responsible for the death of this 26-year-old would end up being sentenced to prison terms because they weren't supposed to kill him. I don't like the fact. I think it's weird, or like, you know how we say weird things. The fact that they didn't sentence them to prison for torturing him, just killing him.
Yeah.
So 17 days later after this went down, Anatoly was found after a massive manhunt, and this happened right after he moved in with one of his relatives, where his stash of weapons were discovered. He was forced to leave the house, and days later, from the information that they received, they captured him. He was sentenced to death during the trial, but he had his sentence commuted to life imprisonment instead. Which the reason why is because in 1995, the year before most of the murders happened, Ukraine had entered the Council of Europe, and so at the time it undertook to abolish capital punishment, which is murder for crimes. So he got lucky, like really lucky. And then Anatoly Onoprenko, or the Beast of Ukraine, died of a heart attack in prison on August 27th, 2013 at the age of 54. And that is the Beast of Ukraine.
Thank you for definitely making us feel better after talking about your bad start to the weekend. Dude, you should have started off with that fucking trigger warning at the beginning. You're so silly for that.
I feel like at this point, 3 seasons in, our entire episode should be nothing but trigger warnings.
That's true. We should just have like a trigger warning on our. Okay, that's an idea for our next picture thingy, our logo, is to have just a
trigger warning thing on it.
Yeah. Just so it's like it's out there. It's known.
Mm-hmm. We can look into that. But do you want to get us started on the paranormal topic of the week?
My God, yes. I don't know if my topic will make
anyone feel better.
I mean, okay, listen. Good came out of what I'm gonna talk about, but there's only like one bad thing about it. But yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. So, ghosties, my paranormal topic of the week. I'm gonna be talking about the haunted candle shop of the Poconos. So imagine that, a haunted candle shop. Also, if I may, I want to give, since we're talking about candles, ghosties, if you're into candles, Chelsea, if you're into candles, which I know you are.
I was gonna say, you know I am.
My cousin has a page on Instagram. She sells candles that she makes, and they're absolutely beautiful, and they smell absolutely fantastic. So go check her out, Green Olive Candles. The Haunted Candle Shop of Poconos, located in Swiftwater, Pennsylvania. This building was built in 1897 with some very, very fascinating history. Before it became a candle shop, this building was home to Dr. William Redford Fisher, who lived in the home with his family. Now, this building was not only home to Dr. William, but it was also his workplace. This is where he would perform research on primates, which allowed for the creation of smallpox and yellow fever vaccines. So, I don't know what the rest of you are doing in your basements, but I guess we could be doing better.
So, he ran a candle shop.
No. This was before it became a candle shop.
Okay.
Before it became a candle shop, this building was home to Dr. William Redford Fisher.
Okay.
So good came out of him doing his little experimentation down there, right? Got the vaccine for smallpox and yellow fever. To this day, monkey cages, as well as many other original doctor's equipment and documents, have remained behind in the basement. And yes, you can absolutely go on a tour of this building, and it's only $20. Okay, I went on the website to do some of my research to get some information. It's only $20. What are you laughing at?
You.
Why?
You're like, I wanted to see how much it is to go to this creepy place.
Listen, I want to add more places to visit. I want to add more to the list.
You don't have to explain yourself to me. I get it.
Thank you. So what's haunted about the place? Well, people have captured the doctor in pictures. Creepy. And have also felt what feels like monkey fur rub against their ankles, as well as getting their hair pulled. Yes, Dr. William Redford Fisher did his experimentation on monkeys. Okay, that's the bad part about my topic.
I feel like you said that when you said primates.
Yeah, I did. But, you also missed that before it became a candle shop, the building was home to dog, So they feel monkey fur against their ankles. They feel their hair getting pulled. And most disturbing is you can hear the screams of monkeys heard on the property till this day, even though there are no physical monkeys residing in the building.
That's what does it for me.
Yeah, and you know what? I just went to the zoo last weekend. with my mom, and she I don't know why, but she really wanted to see the monkeys that like scream. Like I'm obviously not gonna do it, but she just really wanted to see those monkeys. So we're walking around and we start hearing them, and we haven't when we go, we they don't act like that, they're just quiet, they're just
Hmm.
on display. How sad. And so I guess they were feeding them, which is what was causing them to like scream the way they do. So that was exciting, but also at the same time it was so intense that it
Hmm.
kind of like bothered us a little bit. Like, okay, we saw, let's move on, let's go look at like elephants or something, because like this ain't it for me. But that's my topic.
Something exciting, to kind of make it less horrible. My mom got the girls and I season passes to the zoo. So,
Mhm.
because we literally live 2 blocks from the zoo now.
Oh, I love that.
So they're excited. We can go whenever
Yeah,
we want.
that's exciting. You get your steps in that way too. Is it a small zoo or?
It's decent size. It's definitely smaller than the one that you went to, like, obviously, because
Well, I went to the LA Zoo, so the LA Zoo isn't that great. It's very, very depressing compared to San
some
Diego
other
Zoo.
ones. Yeah.
San Diego Zoo is probably the best known zoo in the United States, and it's so pretty. I can definitely understand why they say that about it, but LA Zoo is shit, you know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
so depressing there. But my mom wanted to go, so whatever makes her happy. Cuz she also wanted to go to the aquarium of the Pacific, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Mom, you're supporting something that shouldn't be supported." But like, she's my
But
little
also,
senior
you can't tell
baby.
her no.
Exactly. You can't tell a Mexican mother no. Are you kidding me? This podcast would be over. I would be over. But anyways, I think after our topics, we definitely need a coffee break.
Right.
This is
I
too
have
much.
I have the best thing for coffee break too to
Mhm.
make things better.
Oh.
So, I know we're going to get started on the tarot card soon, and we've been talking a lot about like goals and how like one of my goals is just to lose weight, like not make a big deal out of it, but just to like continue to be healthy.
Mhm.
And I needed some new pants because they don't fit anymore. And come to find out that I've lost 2 pant sizes.
Hell yeah,
I'm
man. Good
so excited.
job. Wait. Round of applause goes C's for Chelsea and her hard work.
Yeah, so and I really haven't changed that much of my like day to day. So like that's even more prideful for me because like I didn't want it to be something that like took over, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that was like the perfect thing. But also even more exciting in my opinion because we're weird here. My mom's new house that we're moving into,
Mhm.
yeah, it's got a ghost.
I love that for you. The
And it's
house came with
so
company.
yes, and it's so funny because like I didn't say anything to my mom, but like as soon as I walked in, I felt it. I was
She
like,
probably already knows.
yeah, yeah, no, she did because
And
I didn't say anything. It's the first time I was there. I was like, well, maybe I'm like overthinking it, but then something weird kept happening.
mhm.
Where every time Remy would go outside with my mom's boyfriend because they were cleaning up the yard together, every time they would go outside, the door would lock.
Oh.
And we were like, what the hell? And so my mom and I were inside. We were doing a couple of things because we're getting the house ready to move into. And I was like, they went outside. And, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go watch the door for a second. Watch the door. Nothing happened. Completely unlocked, ready. Like, it's fine. I was like, okay, like maybe it was just like a weird fluke thing. So my mom and I are working in the house. They try to come back in, and the door is locked. Mind you, I did not touch the fucking door, okay? And
So
what
aggressive.
the hell? And so they came in, grabbed what they needed, went back outside. I looked at my mom and I was like, Mom? And she's like, I know. She's like, I feel it too. She's like, I feel like it's a young adult. She's like, it's a prankster, it's okay. And I was like, I definitely feel like it's middle school age.
Mhm.
But it definitely likes to play pranks, obviously, locking the door. It locked Remy in the attic, which was kind of funny. Which,
Oh,
mind you, the
Remy.
attic is our bedroom, so like that's where we're gonna be staying. And I thought it was the funniest thing. But yeah, it's just like It's something that's super happy. Like I felt it as soon as I walked in. Like it was just super happy and playful. And like when I left, I instantly felt like depressed
Oh wow.
because it was like that's how powerful it was. And I was like, "Oh, that's super sweet." But yeah, I'm excited.
I love that. At least it's giving off good energy.
Yeah, like super good energy. So, I'm excited for that.
That was a nice breather.
Yeah, are you ready to get called out by some tarot cards?
No.
Because ghosties, we're
Ghosties.
pretty sure we're getting called out. Just on the cards that we picked, as soon as we saw
Yeah.
them, we were like, oh,
It's gonna be bad. Someone's crying.
yeah.
I'm medicated, so I'm numb. I'm good.
Okay, so do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go first.
Oh, okay, you want me to get called out first? Sounds good. So,
Yeah. Well,
ghosties.
technically, this card isn't specifically for you. It's just like in general. So don't take it too personally.
I feel like mine is personal just because I have a bad history with the tower. And ghosties, if you've ever like paid like close attention to when we talk about tarot cards, the tower is like the worst card you could get. Like that means that shit's about to get real. Most people think that it's like the devil and it's really not. The devil is actually like one of the good cards.
And death. I like death.
Yeah, and death too. Yeah. So it's the tower you want to look out for, which is what we got.
Mm-hmm.
So the tower basically represents destruction and chaos. It appears when like sudden changes and upheaval are coming, which is why I feel called out because like that's what's happening with me right now. There's a lot of change and it's like crazy fast. And these things, this card basically represents that these things are not going to be easy or comfortable, which they haven't been for me. But the best course of action is just to go with the flow, surrender to the destruction, let yourself sit in the burning building, so that way afterward, new growth can occur from the ashes, kind of like a phoenix. So it's basically telling you that shit's about to happen, get over it, because it also means that you're going to have the chance to start again and rebuild. So, I mean, do you understand why I feel called out?
Yeah, and I'm gonna call you out. I thought I was going first.
You didn't say you were going first.
I said yeah, and then you were like, oh, I guess I'll get called out first.
You must have cut out because that's not. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. See? Look, destruction and chaos is already happening.
Oh, and let's talk about the notes really quick, Ghosty. So we have notes, right? Obviously that like keep us on track. This bitch be fucking that shit up too. I had to nope, not nope.
What do you
My job.
mean?
The notes, the outline, remember?
That was last week. I didn't even do it this week.
Yeah, because we learned that you are incapable of doing it.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that making a copy meant just literally copying it and not making a whole new document. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a redhead. Anyways, moving
That doesn't
on.
even make sense.
I didn't have a comeback. Alright, so like Chelsea said, shit's about to go down, so fucking buckle up, guys. Buckle up. The card that I pulled was the Knight of Wands reversed. Now, this card represents impatience, carelessness, and rashness. So, I think that's something that we want to avoid,
Obviously.
obviously, if we don't want shit to get fucked up. Whatever we're all doing, whatever we're all starting, whatever journey we're in the middle of, baby steps, you guys. I love giving this advice to people. Baby steps. You know, you can't rush into things because when you rush into things, you're pretty much being careless. Because you're being careless, that's going to lead to mistakes, right? So, if shit's going to go down, let it go down, chill, you know. It happens in life. We have no control over it. What we do have control over is our reaction.
I love that. That was powerful.
I love that too. Oh my god. Am I better than everyone?
No. Let me bring you back down to reality.
I'm hurt. That one hurt. But anyways, guys, let's not rush into shit. Let's try to evaluate the situation before we make our first step forward, or it's not gonna look good.
I feel like that one was a little bit better.
Well, I mean, I could have read it as like you are being careless and you are rushing things and you know, hold on, let me read a little quote that I read in this book. Knight of Wands reversed indicates a loss of control through his impatience and reckless behavior. Impulsive actions lead to mistakes, rushing ahead without thinking about possible repercussions. So
Mm.
either you've already done it or,
You're getting ready
you
to
know, you're getting ready to, and the card's trying to, what
prevent
Chelsea
that.
did to me, bring you back to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So take it as you will, ghosties. That's just how I took the meaning and how I translated it,
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
Neither of us cried. I call that a win.
Hey,
I
oh
call that a
my
win.
god. Well, I knew I wasn't gonna cry because, antidepressants and shit, but
Let me bring you back down to reality real quick again.
that is reality, bro. Dude, I swear I cannot cry anymore.
Challenge accepted.
No! Dead. That's crazy. I'm dead. She said, challenge accepted. Oh, I have makeup on and I'm rubbing my eyes like a dumbass. Oh!
Don't make any rash decisions, Veronica. Rubbing your eyes is a rash decision.
I don't like it here.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I'm gonna end this fucking episode so quick.
Not
I'm
our
done.
episode ending in chaos like the tower said.
If you guys don't believe the cards, I mean, come on. It's right in front of your face. Oh, wait. Okay. Thank you, ghosties, so much for joining us this week. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, Unlike Us. And if you did like the episode, please make sure to give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok. We're under Tales of Spooky Coffee House under all social platforms. We are your hosts. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Chelsea.
And I truly hope you guys have a spooky weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.